So they took our babies together to, clean them up and everything. Thank God, when the nurse that was taking care of our baby brought her own baby to me, she brought her baby, that this is my baby, and I have seen my baby. I have marked his face.
Wait, what?
Fair. Our baby is dark, mine is fair. That was the first difference, because the fact that I was in pain, I tried to be vigilant, because my mom told me that on phone. I tried to be vigilant.
Wait, hold on. You are saying the hospital
Yes.
mistakenly wanted to
Another
switch
person's baby.
your baby?
The other woman,
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I have with me in the guests a beautiful and awesome mom. Let me introduce you to the people. Introduce yourself to us.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I am Ibirunke Tejuosho, a mother of one, a caterer by profession, and I am also a music minister.
Okay, so we have a music minister and a caterer by profession. Okay, so let's get straight to the point.
Okay.
Why are you here today? You are here to tell us about your pregnancy journey.
Yes.
Okay, so you're a mother of how many?
Of one for now.
Of one for now.
Yes.
You're looking at how many? Okay, as God will have it, as they come.
Yeah.
Okay, so welcome to the show. We talk about everything. We talk about pregnancy, your journey, your labor experience, so that people out there can be able to learn from this experience that you have gone through.
Okay.
So you've already told us you're a mother of one.
Yes.
The next question we'll be asking is, how soon did you get pregnant after you got married?
Well, okay, I got pregnant. Well, to me, I would say that I got pregnant late. And if some people hear about that, they might scream like, "Are you for real?" Have you heard of those that waited for so number of years? Can you really call yours late? Well, to some people, I got pregnant early. I discovered I was pregnant on the 12th month, immediately when my marriage clocked a year.
Oh, wow.
Immediately when my marriage clocked a year, and I had this desire before I got married that God, I want to get pregnant almost immediately. That before the first year of my marriage, I want to celebrate it with my baby. Yeah, I so much, and I think it was the same for my husband too. So we were trusting God that it will happen. So the first month, second month, third month, fourth, nothing was. So, and at times I try to imagine those that are really waiting for years. Really, how are they coping? Like, how are they going through this? So I think God really wanted me to have a little bit of that experience, so that I would know, I really understand what it's what it took people that waited for so long. I could remember when it was the 4th, 5th month, at times people will start making some jokes, especially when you're ill, maybe you're having just slight malaria. They'll start suspecting maybe it has happened. Has it happened? I remember that I used to feel discouraged, this monthly thing that comes for ladies, your menstrual period. Anytime it comes, I would feel so sad. I'll be like, this thing is here again. No, not again. I remember there was a particular month I didn't buy any sanitary pad, and I used to have it at home. I was, exercising my faith that I will not need this thing. It will not come this month. So I didn't buy it. And I was, as God will have it, I was on my way. I was even out. I was not in the house, and the thing came again. I was almost crying. So then through the process, I learned to just calm down and fine. We have our own desires. We have our wishes. We want God to do it like right now. But God's timing is the best, and He knows when it is best to give us whatever we are asking from Him. So I just, calm down. And I think part of the things that were really making me run then was that I had a friend that was very close that would always tell me, oh, she can't even imagine waiting for 2 months. So that immediately she got married, she got her own. So, I used to have this feeling that, I have people I talk to, though not much, but few persons, like, that means something is wrong with me. If some people can get pregnant immediately, and why is my own not happening? That means something is wrong. You understand?
Yeah.
So, like, that means if something is not wrong, it's supposed to happen. So, but we thank God. And the way it happened, it's obvious that God was really involved. While we were celebrating our first year wedding anniversary was when I discovered I was pregnant. I've used a lot of PT, to check. It got to a time I said, no, this thing is not working. The fact that it's cheap is not working. So it's not working. So, but well, we thank God for today.
Okay. After this question, how did you feel the first day you found out? Not with the regular PT you get from the chemist. Let's say you went to do a real test. How did you feel?
I was very happy. And I was very happy. I was excited, and I was now being very careful. I was very careful. If I want to bend down to pick anything, I'll be like, I don't want anything to happen to the baby. I don't want to hear any story. At some point I was working, my normal jobs, making cakes and everything. So I fell ill and I went to the hospital. I kept on ringing to them that they should watch anything they want to give to me so that it will not affect the baby. But whatever God has done, He has done it. Every good and perfect gifts come from God, and whatever He has done is perfect. Nothing can be taken away from it. Nothing can be added. So
awesome. So what was your spouse, your husband? How was his reaction during the wait time, and eventually when he found out? What was his excitement? Was he excited? What was his emotions?
Okay, during the waiting period, he was encouraging me. I think he did that more. He kept on encouraging me and we kept on praying. Then I think one of the things we did then, we already got some names, which we do call ourselves, and we joke with it in the house. We pray with it. He calls me by the name of the child, even before the pregnancy. And also, I used to send him PT. Please, when you are coming from work, Emmy Branch Chemist, buy it. So he used to buy it very well for me. At times he'll tell me, why are you disturbing yourself? Stop buying this. I said, please buy, let me still check. At times, if my period should delay for just one day, the next thing is PT. The next thing is PT. So then when he heard about the news, he was so happy, like, at last. So our Irioluwa is here now. He was very happy. He was very happy. And we usually thank God for him every blessed day.
Okay. So now you are into the pregnancy. First trimester, second trimester, third trimester. Which was the hardest? Which was the easiest? And what were your experiences through these trimesters?
Okay. Well, I would say that I had the opportunity or privilege to have a very cool experience throughout my pregnancy period. I've heard a lot of things, before the time. I've heard people's funny experience. I've heard the good, I've heard the bad, and I had this belief that I would not experience the bad ones. Mine would be good, mine would be enjoyable, mine would be I used to pray. And so it was the first trimester that I had challenge with vomiting, especially anytime I'm brushing my teeth in the morning.
Brushing your teeth?
Yes.
Toothpaste was irritating?
Yes.
Wow.
So, and after first trimester, I was just fine. Then I remember onions. Throughout my first trimester, we did not use onions in the house. My husband did not eat onions. I can't. At times when we have to cook with onions, he will be the one to slice it while I cover. In fact, I have some pictures. I used to cover my nose so that I won't even perceive the odor at all. And it got to a time I could not even take it in. I could not even eat onions at all. So that was the first 3 months. So then after the first 3 months, I was fine. Both the toothpaste, the onions, I could take in anything.
Wow.
So
Toothpaste and onion.
yeah,
That's a first.
that's just that's just it.
So first, second, the most challenging for you was the first trimester.
Yeah, exactly. After that, I was not selecting foods. I was just fine. So I had the opportunity to have a very, interesting journey. I didn't really have the experience that people usually say. For instance, they used to believe that pregnant women used to, select food. They have cravings. Like, if they request for this, you must get them that thing at that
If
particular
not, they
time.
won't be able to take
If
any other
not,
thing
they
else.
won't be
Yeah.
able to. I've heard that even before I got pregnant, and maybe because I was determined, or let me just say God helped me. Because if God didn't help me, there's nothing I can do for myself. So I can't really say I had cravings. I might be joking, like I want to eat chicken, I want to eat this, I want to eat that. It's just, I don't know if it's like that for everybody. I don't know if women actually exaggerate. But for me, I might desire to eat some things, but if I don't get them, in fact, I already settled it in my mind that this thing I want to eat, I know that I can't get it now. So I just wave it. So whatever I see, I eat. I don't really have that cravings like some persons would pass through where they are celebrating a party or something, and they would be craving for the jollof rice, that they need that rice.
Yeah.
And they would even force their husband that it must
be that rice from that event.
That although I'm perceiving, or your neighbor is cooking, you must eat from that. So I used to feel this is crazy, and when I got to that stage too, I didn't have that experience. In fact, I don't think I've ever wished for any other person's food throughout the journey.
Wow.
So anything I desire to eat and I feel I can't get it, I just wave it. And throughout the journey, I wasn't reacting to smell. I wasn't reacting to odor. I didn't have a swollen feet. Everything they used to experience, like I didn't really have that. I didn't have pimples.
Your face wasn't swollen. Your color did not change.
I wasn't disfigured like some persons would say. And I had a petite pregnancy. I didn't really have a big tummy. So up till 7 months, 7 months tending towards 8 months. If you don't look at me very well, you won't know I'm pregnant.
Wow.
Except I wear something maybe tight or a bit revealing. But if I wear my normal gown, you won't know that I'm pregnant. So I thank God for that grace. I thank God for it. So that was how the journey went.
Interesting. Okay, so it's a topic a lot of people don't like talking about, but since we're here, we are going to talk about it. Sex during pregnancy.
Okay. Yeah.
Just before you say something,
okay.
I find a lot of men not attracted to their wives when they're pregnant.
Okay.
That's from research. At the same time, I also found women from research having to have more urges towards sex.
Okay.
And so you have been there before. Tell us about your own experience so that we'll learn.
Well, I think it's just depends on individual. For the men, I think as a lady, as a woman, I think we also have a lot of work to do. Pregnancy period, it's not easy actually. At times you feel this discomfort because it's no longer only you. You have a living being within you, and at times you might feel uncomfortable. I forgot the sleeping posture. I forgot that the sleeping posture at times, on a normal day, like as I am now, I can just sleep I can just turn my head and sleep. I can just, but while pregnant, you have to sleep on your side and all those things. So it's enough discomfort. And if your husband, for me, it's actually on the contrary, because I did not feel like it most times, because you feel, I'm tired, like so I don't feel like it most times.
Okay.
So then for the man, I think for the men that don't usually get attracted to their wives, I think we have work to do as a woman, because no matter how tired you are, at least you should not be tired every day. you should, at least God has given us that grace and strength to be able to, we should not push our husbands out during the stage of pregnancy, because they also have they have blood running through their veins. So it will be uncalled for when we see your husband out there and, why are you doing this? My wife is pregnant too, so for now no sex, and I have to satisfy my needs. So we should at least try and balance it up. At times it's not convenient. At times I know right within me that I would not enjoy it, but just because you just have to. Then one more thing is that, as a first timer, I was being careful because I hope it will not go and affect the baby. I hope the baby will not go and die.
The baby inside.
I hope the baby will not go and die. I hope that was just my own fear.
Yeah.
So I had medical practitioners around me, so I asked them how is it. They said no, that it doesn't affect the baby. That it's even healthy for the baby. That when I have sex more often, I say, I didn't know. Even at that, despite the fact that they told me, I'm always careful. So I'm always careful. So that was just it. So it depends on you as an individual, but no matter what, we should create time as a woman. If not always, at least if your husband is understanding, just create time once in a while, so that you will not starve the man for too long. Okay.
So was he helpful, your husband, during your stages of pregnancy?
Yeah, it was very, very helpful.
Or he was annoying?
It was very, very helpful, and I would always thank God for the gift of him again and again, because it was very, very helpful. I made reference to my first trimester the other time. As at that time, anytime even to wash plates, if I'm washing plates, if I stand for too long, say 5 minutes, I'll start feeling nauseated. I want to throw up. If I'm doing anything maybe I focus on a particular thing for a long time, I will get tired and start feeling nauseated. So he got to a time, he said, just leave everything. At times he might wash the plate before he goes to work or when he comes back. So he will be the one to wash the plates, wash my clothes, cook. So he usually do that. He does most of it. Throughout the first trimester, and even throughout the pregnancy, it was very, very helpful. Because I also had an enjoyable pregnancy, because I used to hear other people's story too. We had a neighbor that she can't even bath herself. It's the husband that would have to take her into the bathroom. She can't even lift her hand. She can't do anything. And I have another friend that throughout she can't eat anything. She can't cook.
Wow.
Mine was just first trimester. Hers was throughout the pregnancy. So she can't do anything. So even the fact that my husband was doing mine with all joy and pleasure, that I'm thank God for my wife, because her own is not
that's serious.
That's serious. So he washes the plates, wash my clothes, at times arrange the house, sweep. So all those things he's doing there with all pleasure.
Wow. So I'm now at labor.
Okay.
So what was your labor like? When did it start? When did your water break?
Okay. Labor. Well, I have my EDD, my expected date of delivery. I think the labor started a week or 2 weeks before.
What?
I think a week or 2 weeks before. Yes.
Your EDD?
Yes. So I just remember that I was sleeping at night, and I was just waking up at intervals. What is going on? How did it even happen? Okay. I was waking up. I would feel that strong pain.
Contraction.
Contraction. I'll feel that strong pain for like maybe 2 minutes. Then it will relieve me. I'll sleep. So it got to a time I could no longer sleep. And from my research and those I've spoken with, I think I could recognize that I think this thing is contraction. So it started from 12 midnight. So I could not sleep till daybreak. So in the morning, I was still doing house chores and everything. And from experience, people were like, once you are feeling contraction, don't go immediately, so that you will not
you don't waste time in the hospital.
So that was what I was trying to do. So when it was around 11 a.m., I could no longer hold it. When the pain comes, I have to just stand still and try to endure. When it got to it, I was just like, it's your first time. Don't because our body system are very different. Those that advise that you should still wait, you won't be surprised that baby's head will come out and you are still at home trying to delay. So my second child, I can now,
you've gotten the experience at that time. Yeah.
So I got to the hospital around at that same 12 noon, and they checked me. They said I was, is it 1 cm or so? I was like, are you for real?
One.
And the pain was much. So after that time, they gave me a bed. I should stay. In fact, they will have asked me to go back home, but they said since it's my first child, say okay, I should stay. So I was left alone till midnight. They didn't even come back to check, and the pain was increasing. They didn't come back. The contraction was more. They didn't even come back to check. I was like, what's happening? And I had nobody with me. So around midnight, I think 11 p.m. or 12, or around that time, they came to check. They said I was 4 since morning. So I think the contraction, the opening took a lot of time. So around I think 1-2 a.m. they now came back to check. They said I was 8 cm.
Oh wow.
So while I was even praying that God, because the pain was becoming so unbearable, I've not experienced that kind of pain before, so it was becoming unbearable for me. I was praying, and also the experience where you've heard people cursing their husbands, cursing even the child they want to give birth to when they can no longer bear the pain.
Yeah.
So I was able to at least control that.
You did not slap anybody.
I just kept on calling Jesus, like Jesus help me, Jesus. When the contraction comes, like Jesus help me, and so that was, at least God helped me. Around 3 a.m. so I was taken into the delivery room, and when I got there, they prepared everything. When it was time to push, they said I should push. I was pushing. I shall know that I didn't know how they are pushing. So if they say, Madam, push, I was just, Madam say, it's not like that. I say, how? I felt since my stomach was in the front, I felt the baby will come out from the front. So I was pushing to the front.
Okay.
The way you are pushing on your belly, like
yeah.
Madam, push to the back, push to the push like you want to bring out a strong stool. I say, okay. So it was just like, so I was now pushing as if I want to bring out a strong stool. I did that for long. They were, Madam, you want to kill your baby? Just do more. At the end of the day, they said the place is not yet open, that they had to induce me and left me again in the delivery room. So
again,
the pain was out of this world. Okay,
the
so
pain was uncontrollable.
The pain was really much, and so that's, I think they gave me an injection. I think that's,
they induced you.
Yeah, they induced me, and so I noticed that I thought I was in pain before, but when that one came, I saw another level of pain, and I had no one with me, so I was just left alone.
Wait, where was your husband at this point?
The hospital I used, they didn't
allow him come into the delivery room.
He wasn't even around, because that day there was it curfew? Yes, there was no movement.
Oh,
there was no movement
COVID-19 period.
Yes, so there was no movement for, is it 24 hours or so?
Wow.
So I was alone in the hospital. I was alone, so nobody to give me moral support, just with Jesus. So the pain was much, and just right beside me there was a woman that they didn't even induce this woman. Just the pain, she jumped from the bed to the floor before delivery. I saw the nurses, start slapping her, doing a lot of things to her. That what is wrong with you? What is this? What's that? So I was like, so is this the same pain that I'm still managing? This woman, and it's I think 3rd child. So they were so upset with her that this is your 3rd child, and
they expect you to have been used to it at this point in time.
And she was in pain, and she jumped from the bed to the floor. So when they induced me, I was like, it is finished today. So the pain, I kept on holding the bed and calling on Jesus, and after, was it 30 minutes or so, after they now came back again to check. So that they said the baby's head is coming out, that I should push, I should put my effort. I said, I'm trying. They said, madam, push. I said, I wish I can do better. I said, in my mind, I said, okay, you're still speaking English. I said, I wish I can do better. Do you think if I can do better, I will not do it at this point? I wish I can do better. I was just, at some point, I was pushing and screaming at the same time. They were tapping me. It's not the screaming. Don't scream. Just push. So that they will know that I am trying.
Yeah.
So at last, they were touching the baby's head like he should come out. And at the end of the day, they gave me tear. I think 3 places at once.
What?
I just heard prap, 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 very fast. The person was very fast. I screamed. At 3 places. So then the baby was coming out, and I think when the head came out, he said, I should not stop, I should just continue, I should continue. So I think when the baby was coming out, he also gave me I think the nurse also said she mistakenly did 1, so I had 5.
Wait.
All together.
Mistakenly gave you a tear?
Yes, so she said, she even confessed, so I had 5 altogether. So after I gave birth, they put the baby on my chest, like, this is your baby. And I saw him. He was tall. After the head came out, it took time for the body. So the body just came out. Guru, guru, guru. I was like, what is the thing just came out long. I was like, hey, this is a long man. Oh. So then I saw that he was fair in complexion, very, very fair. So a woman also gave birth at the same time.
Yeah.
And I think I delivered before the woman. So, and I met the woman in the delivery room.
Wow.
So the woman, they've been shouting and everything. The woman didn't put to bed. So when she heard that I delivered and my baby was crying, I think that encouraged her. That
triggered her
I can also do it, because they was like, look at this is her first time and you are still here. So before I knew it, she also gave birth. So they took our babies together to clean them up and everything. Thank God, when the nurse that was taking care of our baby brought her own baby to me, she brought her baby, that this is my baby, and I have seen my baby. I have marked his face.
Wait, what?
Fair. Our baby is dark, mine is fair. That was the first difference, because the fact that I was in pain, I tried to be vigilant, because my mom told me that on phone. I tried to be vigilant.
Wait, hold on. You are saying the hospital?
Yes.
Mistakenly wanted to
another
switch
person's baby.
Your baby?
Mm-hmm. The other woman, she brought the other person's baby.
These are things we hear in Nigerian movies.
It happened live. That this is my baby. So my mom has told me that before time, that I should be vigilant. As much as I am in pain and everything, I should open my eyes and just mark your baby, and just know that, of course, the baby was looking like his dad when I gave birth to him. So the other nurse brought that dark baby, that this is my baby. So the one with my own baby now came from the back. No, this is our baby. This is our baby. As in my mind, I say, oh, thank God I know my baby. Oh.
Wait, she was saying, okay, which of the nurse or the woman that gave birth, which of them?
The nurse that carried the other woman's baby, after cleaning the baby up, brought the baby to me.
And said that's your baby. So who came shouting?
The one that carried my baby.
Okay.
The one that carried my baby now came from the back, like, no, this is our baby.
Oh,
this is our own baby, not that.
Okay, not your own.
If she wasn't also observant, she might just also imagine or assume that, oh, maybe.
And tomorrow they'll not say, your baby looks like this.
I used to imagine that thing. You will see someone give birth, the baby will not look like the father
or the mother.
Not look like the mother.
Then it will not look like a stranger somewhere.
Maybe a family member or something. If they check well, maybe they've changed the baby in the hospital.
Wow.
So it happens, actually, like, for real, it happens. Some do it intentionally. Some, maybe they are looking for a baby boy and the woman gave birth to a girl.
Yeah.
They will give them money, they will change it, and they will tell the poor woman, oh, sorry, it's a girl. And they've already changed. People do it, actually.
So it's necessary that when you give birth, you try as much as possible to see your baby before they go clean the baby.
As much as you are in pain, just mark your baby, note, get anything to identify your baby. They will collect clothes from you. That is not enough. They will collect the baby things from you, the shawl, the cloth, the sock, the cap. They will collect it. So the fact that they use those things on the baby doesn't still make that baby your baby.
Your baby.
So you need to
be vigilant.
So That was how so the complexion alone was enough for me. So I said that number one, it was very, very fair, and that one was dark. I said finish. No wahala. So I was relaxed. So that was it. Then after that, I stayed for over I gave birth around 3 a.m. and I was there. My leg was still up, stitching me for like 2 hours.
What?
They stitched me till 5 a.m.
From 3 a.m.
to 5 a.m.
till 5 a.m. What were they stitching? Was it
maybe
operation?
I don't understand. You know, when they wanted to start, I could not even bear the pain of the needle, entering into me. My legs were shaking. I could not even. The woman was like, "Madam, you want me to injure you? Just be calm." I said, I can't just imagine the pain of. So they use this. I don't know what they call it. Is it analgesic or what they call that?
Yeah. Anesthetic.
Anesthetic. Yeah, thank you. So they gave me the first one. I still could not bear it. They gave me close to 3 before I could even manage to just stay calm for them to do the stitching. So the way the thread was, it's just like the normal way you sew cloth. I thought it was a magic they would just perform. It was live. So the way I was feeling, the way the thing was entering and moving, oh god, it was painful. But at that time I could just manage the pain because I could see my baby. When I turned to the side, I said, "Oh, my baby." So I was happy I was able to manage and endure the pain. So that was how the labor room experience. And
Man.
sorry, after everything, I could not wait to just come out of the place. It was as if one is just coming out of a death sentence, like the valley of the dead. So I could not wait to just come out of that place, because it's the fact that you could enter into the labor room and come back with a baby and you're alive. It's enough.
It's something to be grateful for, yeah.
Honestly. So that was how it went.
Okay. Your labor story is a very interesting one. Okay, now this will now lead us to your postpartum. You've already told us they stitched you in 5 places, which is a lot. I've heard a lot of stories. How did you pull your first pull? How did you heal? Did your parents tell you must take pepper soup, you must sit on hot water? What was your experience, your healing process?
I was scared to even pull. I was feeling pressed, but I could not. I kept on taking water. I watched what I was eating. I was taking more of fluids. I tried to avoid swallow, tried to avoid anything that could, instigate the excreta. So I think I stayed for 4 or 5 days. Nobody asked me to, but I was scared because I heard of someone that had to come back to the hospital, that the thing opened up, they have to stitch again. So I was like, this pain, I will now come back, and I said no. So I did not go to the toilet. I was only trying to pass out urine gradually, but you see that excreta, I just left it
5 days.
5 days. So I was just managing. People were like, just try that. You can't stay like that. Just try. So when I go to the toilet and I sit down, I try. The fact that the place is expanding a little, if I feel small pain, I'll go back. So I was just scared. Like, I don't just want anything to happen to it. But I was taking fruits. I took pepper soup too. I was asked to sit on hot water. Then there's this different things people will tell you. Someone told me to get a big bowl, put salt in it, and sit inside. When I heard that, to me, it doesn't make sense. Like, how will I sit inside? Like, I know of sitting on top, let the steam enter, but how will you sit inside
salt?
So I didn't do that. Two persons asked me to do it. I didn't do it. So I was just like, I got a paint plastic. So that's what I did. I put hot water, used Dettol, salt, then only the steam. I kept on doing that. Then I can use towel also to
clean it sometimes.
Yeah. So I did that.
How long?
I think after 3 or 4 days, the pain I was relieved. Sitting down was not that easy too, but the pain was reducing. Can I really remember how long? It didn't take much time actually. It didn't take much time because I could remember on the naming ceremony day I could dance well. my sitting down has at least really changed. I could sit down.
That was 3 months after that.
No. Naming ceremony, 1 week.
Okay, naming ceremony. Okay,
One
not
week.
dedication. Okay,
No, not
okay,
dedication.
okay, okay.
So it didn't take much. It didn't take much time. So then the body, my husband helped to use hot water and towel to massage my body. Then my mom couldn't come down immediately, so she told us what to do on phone.
Okay.
So he used hot water. I would lie down flat with my back on the floor. He would use towel, press my tummy and everything.
Yeah.
Such that, in fact, before the naming ceremony day, those that came around were surprised that where is the tummy? Everything
had gone
down.
inside. Yeah.
So that helped me. So that hot water is very, very compulsory. Very helpful. Very helpful. I took pepper soup too, then taking in of hot water too. At least for the first 1 month, 2 months, I didn't take anything cold, because I learned that the blood clots will still remain inside of you, and if you don't keep taking hot things to melt it, and because I remembered after, I think that happened regularly. After like 3 days that the blood has stopped, I would just suddenly see blood. I would be surprised. What is this? There was a time it stayed for like maybe 2 weeks. It came again. I felt it was my menstrual period. I said, no, it's still the blood inside of you. So I said bye-bye to cold things for a long period of time, so that I would ensure that everything is out.
Everything is out. Awesome. Okay, so the last person I interviewed told me about her own experience, and I've heard pregnant women talk about it. Were you at any point feeling depressed after birth?
Depression. Will I call it depression? Not really. You know, it's just like your whole life will change 360 degrees. Like the things you usually do before, the way you plan yourself, the way you no longer have that time. You no longer have a personal time. You can set out a time, I want to do this. It might be that time the baby will start crying, so you no longer have a life of your own. So what I did then was, it's a new experience, it's a new phase of life. I try to always keep my phone close to me.
Okay.
There are things you might want to do. You can't do it because you are with the baby.
Yeah.
So as long as my phone is close to me, instead of being bored, like, what kind of life is this? You cannot sleep in the night. You are tired. You understand? So I try to, catch up with friends online, check what is happening. So with that, you would entertain yourself. At times I play around. I check for WhatsApp pages that I know that I can just play around there and laugh. So before you know it, you've knocked out depression. So I try to get myself busy. At times when you're alone in the house, maybe the father is not around, there's nobody, and you're just with the baby, you want to do things, you can't do it. It's very possible. Apart from the joy that, you have a child now, it's very possible to fall into depression. Very, very possible. So I think that helped me.
Okay.
So I wasn't alone. I kept myself busy. I made sure that I enjoyed life. Like at times I might post picture, I might just put something on my WhatsApp status, people will respond and just catch fun.
Yeah.
So
awesome. So we are at a point in the interview where I ask a question concerning some myths in pregnancy, so that we debunk them. What's the one thing that you've heard a lot before you got pregnant and before you put to bed that you found out that for your case wasn't true?
Okay. The first one was, when you're pregnant and maybe you're sitting down, you see some pregnant women, they'll tell you, oh, the baby does not want me to sit down. That's what the baby wants. Or I've heard people taking maybe Coke, or they want to take something. They say, that's what the baby wants. So if I do not take it, the baby will not allow me. It used to sound absurd to me, like I don't understand.
The baby wants Coke.
I've gone to see a friend before, and she was doing something. I think she was bending down trying to do something, and she was like, I said, what happened? This baby no go allow me. Oh, she no want make I do. I said, the baby no allow. How did you know that?
This is what the baby wants.
The baby no go allow you. So, and I've found it to be true that some persons believe that actually, and see, this life is very, very, will I say, mysterious now. Whatever you believe,
follows you.
It follows you. At times when you do something once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, it becomes like a ritual. and it will be as if it's true, but it's actually not true.
Yeah.
So I've learned that. So when I saw that, and me, I am someone that is very, very observant, and I saw that, okay, this person used to say this person, for me, I would not experience this thing. And so whatever I want to do, I don't even pay attention to maybe when the baby moves to one side, they'll feel, the baby does not want me to lie down. Yeah, I don't even want to believe that, because the baby is not born yet. It's still in the womb. He cannot dictate what I want to do. No, he can't. So I just knocked that out. But there are still people that believes that. There are people that believes that. They will tell you that's what your baby wants to. Or some persons will say, my baby, a lot of crazy things. Some persons might not taste something. They'll say, my baby does not want it to. And if they keep on doing that, they might end up giving birth to the baby, and they will not give. I know of people that don't eat onions at all. For instance, when I told you my first trimester, I don't take. I might, if I didn't keep trying it after first trimester, I would not know that I can actually still take it in. I would just assume that I can't take onions. Yeah. And I might extend that to my baby. This baby does not want onions. And when I will not give the baby onions. And at the end of the day, the baby will grow up not taking onions at all. So all those things starts from whatever you believe. So I think that was the other things I've talked about them. And if I remember any other one, but
the last but not the least question, your advice to expecting moms, pregnant moms, and young ladies out there who eventually will probably go through this lane.
Okay, first let me talk to the waiting mothers. It's not easy, actually. It's not easy. People might encourage you and say a lot of things, but deep
they're
down,
never in your shoes
inside the house. At times I told you that I think God really wanted me to have just a little share of what is actually happening. That was why I waited for a year before I got against my own desire. You understand? Because when you are expecting something, and how do you feel when you carry other people's baby? When someone is carrying their baby, and you just, hey baby, how are you? And in your heart, you really desire that God.
When will it be your turn?
So it's not easy. It's not easy to say the fact. Every day, you go out, you see babies around you. It's not easy, but it all still boils down to your relationship with God.
Yeah.
It is God that gives children. No amount of whatever it is you do that would say, oh, it is what I did. Even many people tried IVF and it failed. In fact, despite the fact that I didn't wait for so many years, I had someone that came, in fact, not even one person, that told me that I'm the one delaying myself. She has something she can give me. Yes.
Just 1 year.
Just 1 year. She said, I'm the one delaying myself with that. If we enter oil market, there we'll see those things. They are just leaves.
They'll just mix them
mix it together. Once I take it,
sharp.
I will get pregnant. So, and it's not joke. She just gave birth. She gave birth to her fourth child. I went to greet her in the house. She was like, what is happening? You are the one delaying yourself. That she can get those things for me. And people that are desperate, they actually want to do that thing. In fact, I heard of a story of a woman recently that she was also expecting. Towards the time I took in, maybe she took in too, I didn't know. So she was even the one saying it like, oh, thank God, God has answered all of us. I said, I'm happy for you. So after her tummy was, developing and even much more bigger than mine. I even thought she would give birth before mine. So, and when the last time I saw, I was like, I'll be expecting, when you give birth, call me, I must come, call me.
Yeah.
1 month after I gave birth, I didn't hear anything. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. I was like, this woman is supposed to have delivered. I asked people around, how far with this woman? They said the tummy is still there. 9 months, still there. That's like almost 2 years. Going to, what's going on? So when I now asked someone, recently I got to know that she went to see a native doctor. And they said it's just natural herbs. That is nothing. It's natural herbs that they gave us something.
And 2 years down the line,
and the tummy is still there. So, and this is a child of God. This is a Christian. This is a worker in church. Sings in the choir. So I felt her pain, but I felt disappointed. I'm not in any way trying to mock her or something, but I felt, but she has been trusting God before. She would have waited on God. So it is still God. God knows when it is the best time to give
For
us.
you, yeah.
At times He wants you to learn some things. At times He's giving you opportunity to do some things. He has our best interest at heart. So the best way, I told you I was getting worked up myself when it was 5-6 months, but I could remember it got to a time I just calmed down. In fact, some of my colleagues were now reaching me, how are you doing it? Now, wow, what is happening? What is this? I said, my dear, just hold on to God. Enjoy your life. It got to a time sex was becoming, it's for baby alone. When you want to have sex, you'll be like, I just pray. We are discouraged already.
You are not doing it as a couple to enjoy it.
I just pray. Maybe this one. I just pray. Like it has become so.
Yeah.
I had to learn to just enjoy your life. Enjoy your life as long as you have God and you keep on praying. Of course, you will not leave out the aspect of prayers. As long as you have God, it will happen. It will happen. Definitely, it will happen. So just keep trusting. Keep being good. Keep being real. When you see people that give birth, rejoice with them. Rejoice with them. If you have gifts, give to them. Keep doing it. Definitely God would remember you. So I know it's not easy, but it is just the best thing to do. Encourage yourself. The husbands should support. Encourage your wives. Try to shield them from family members, because there are some family members that are not nice at all. They keep on, despite the fact that mine was just 1 year. I had people that were calling me that,
what are you waiting for?
Telling you indirectly. The fact that they've not heard that, indirect, some indirect talks now. So, which I understand. So the husband should be able to shield the wife from such, And that day, don't worry, it will happen. Just keep praying for us. Just keep praying for us. And for people like that maybe God has done it. It is not the time for you to start posting everywhere or start announcing to everybody, oh, now it has happened. I've heard of people that, have lost pregnancies like that. It's not being too religious but it's just that wisdom is key. Wisdom is key. But, there are some persons that it is not natural. The fact that they are being delayed is not also natural. So we have to be wise and prayerful. Yeah. So that's that about the waiting mothers. Then for those that are pregnant too, I think we have to work on our mindsets. One thing I learned is whatever you believe, you will start experiencing it. Whatever you believe, when they tell you, that's how it used to do pregnant woman. If you take it in, it will happen for you. You will keep on feeling that way. It got to a time I almost stopped taking orders. I didn't want to work that. When you are pregnant, you have to, but I had to force myself out of it. I took jobs, and in fact, I made 3 cakes in one day, a week before my delivery. My neighbors were like, when they saw that I delivered, I brought baby back to them. They're like, no, but they work here last week. Wait, they work like, I started working in the morning. Those that went to work saw me, they came back and still met me on the job. And the following week, I came back with baby. They're like, how come? So you were close to delivery and you were still this active. If I had believed that, pregnancy period, you have to be sluggish, I won't do anything. And I've learned that many women hide behind this thing. They would not want to do anything in the house. It's my leg, help me carry my leg. Help me do this, help me do that. I beg, sister. It is not that difficult. It's not that serious. If you try to stretch, try to push yourself, you would at least be able to manage 1 or 2 things together. So, thank you. Thank you
so much. It's been an eye-opener. I hope our subscribers have been able to learn a lot from our friend here. So, like I always say, if you have questions, please do not hesitate to type on the comment section. If she is chance enough, she'll be able to answer those questions. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and also share these videos for people who are expecting and who will learn from this video out there. They will be appreciative. And thank you for watching. God bless you till I see you next time.
Yeah.